TV, ladies and gentlemen, friends, welcome aboard as we get set up to discuss that Edmonton Oilers victory last night, a little bit about what happened today, and of course, why not enjoy the victory light, right? Basking in the porch light myself this evening, the evening glow, I guess you could say, as we get set up for this Edmonton Oilers discussion here on Dollar TV. Welcome aboard. As always, if you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Really not sure if anyone's even awake at this time of night on a weeknight, but just before crashing out this evening, figured I'd update you after a long night at the rink. I only say long because I literally went in this and have been shivering all night long. I was overheating at the convention down there at the BMO Center today, and here I am shivering at the hockey rink at 9 p.m. So welcome to it. But of course, the Edmonton Oilers last night winning, what, 6-1 against the Nashville Predators. Mr. Jack Campbell, what can you say? Gives up 4 goals in his debut this season, starting for the Oilers against the Canucks in Vancouver. Proceeds to come into Nashville, turn in a 40-plus save performance, and single-handedly to start the season save his save percentage right out of the gate. So you love to see that, and that's what I'm saying right out of the gate is for the Edmonton Oilers. You love to see better goaltending almost immediately. Obviously, you see, right, from Stuart Skinner, 2 4-goal against performances to start the year, and Jack Campbell, when he gets his turn for the second performance of the season, answers back with a 1 goal against, so 5 goals against in 2 games. What is that? I guess technically he was on pace for 8 goals, so technically 4.5 goals per game, but so far so good because he ended up going out there and racking up those 40 plus saves. Of course, facing quite a sizable amount of shots, 750 save percentage in the Vancouver game. Well, he's up north of already 60 plus shots faced this season. So save percentage looks better than it did against Vancouver. So that's a big bright spot for the Edmonton Oilers, and that's kind of where I lead off when it comes to expecting better goaltending from the Edmonton Oilers. Obviously, friends, I know everybody was up in arms about things to start the season. We're not going to see 4+ goals against the Oilers every single game, right? Everybody was concerned about goaltending all year long, and then those last 10, 15 games, our goalies got back-to-back shutouts. Everybody looked good. Things were great. Jack Campbell came in and looked great in the playoffs. Obviously, talk about questionable goaltending decisions all you want in the postseason, but for the Edmonton Oilers, outside of those first 2 games, the goaltending's been pretty dang solid here throughout the last couple of months of Oilers hockey. So I look forward to seeing that continue. And obviously, Stuart Skinner, when he gets to start probably on Thursday, or if Jack Campbell goes back, who knows? Whoever goes in on Thursday, I expect to see a good performance against the Philadelphia Flyers, is it, I think, as well? It's Flyers on Thursday?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Flyers on Thursday at 5:30. So welcome to it. Hustling home to get a live stream up. Aye, aye, aye. But as we also get ready for that, part of that defensive situation for the Oilers is obviously improving too. Matthias Ekholm getting his rounds in, turns in, whatever you want to say on the defense, getting some reps in. That's the term I'm looking for. You think at a practice I would know the term reps after about an hour and a half of it getting shouted out at the kids. But hey, you know what? We're all learning this early hockey season. But yeah, the Oilers obviously getting Matthias Ekholm some reps in, and he ended up winning the Defensive Player of the Game. That's why he's in this cover photo thumbnail for tonight's video. And for Matthias Ekholm, right, is missing training camp, missing preseason games, came in, the first few have been shaky. But you know what? Guess what? He's coming in, and obviously the Oilers let up 1 goal with him in the lineup. That's always a good thing. And two, I think a really beautiful part of the Oilers' victory last night was Darnell Nurse. Honestly, did you even notice him out there? I know there's always things you'll notice from Darnell Nurse because you're looking for him. But if you weren't looking for Darnell Nurse on the ice last night, I don't think you were going to find him. And as a number 1 defenseman that's a more defensive oriented defenseman, or should be, that's a pretty dang good thing to be getting. Now, you argue the contract, whatever, I don't care. But for the Edmonton Oilers, when you're getting a guy that just goes out there and plays hard minutes and doesn't really show up over the course of a 6-1 victory, that's a good thing. Yeah, you know what? It'd be nice to see him chip in offensively, but whatever. I don't really care at the end of the day, because if the defense of the Oilers is going to allow 1 goal and score 6 goals a night, we're all going to be pretty dang happy. So the defensive improvements, trade-offs, whatever you want to call them, very, very good here against Nashville, and we look to see that continue in correlation with the goaltending on Thursday. And what I mean by trade-offs, more or less, is You look at that Vancouver game, right? Horrendous defense against Vancouver. That's why I've been quoted multiple times as saying it felt like we lost 8-1 even though we lost 4-3. And the reason for that is the defense was just as poor in that 8-1 game as it was in that 4-3 loss in home ice. So you look at it from that perspective and you go in and instead you give up 40 shots but surrender only one goal. And obviously, even though you're giving up 40 shots, a lot of them were from the edges, a lot of them were from the outside. Jack Campbell was obviously very, very, very good for the Edmonton Oilers last night as well. But you know what? End of the day is if your defense gives your goalie a chance, your goalie is often going to be good considering who we've got, right? I'm not saying Jack Campbell's like number one tier all star. I'm not saying that of Stuart Skinner either. But I don't care what you think about the goaltenders. The Oilers goaltenders, the two of them, are not the worst two goalies in the league. So if the Oilers defense gives them a shot, they're going to do okay. And obviously that was the case against Nashville. Now, I think you could say right place, right time for the Oilers to face Nashville and get a team that they're usually pretty good against, especially in Bridgestone Arena, and get back on the right track, if you would. But for the Oilers last night, you took advantage of that. You did exactly what was expected of you, which is nice to see because that was what the point of my video was the other night there, simply saying for the Edmonton Oilers, if you're going to talk about winning a cup, go out there and look like a cup winning team. I don't care what the coaching staff does for a system. I don't care what the general manager hires for players. If you're going to talk the talk, back it up. And that's exactly what the Oilers finally did in game 3 of the season against the Nashville Predators. So now, obviously, it's on to Philadelphia. You got to go out there and repeat it. And I think the nice part is there's a couple of things you can positively pick away from the Oilers' victory against Nashville, as opposed to there was nothing to like out of those first two games other than Dylan Holloway was hustling. That whole third line was hustling. And you look at that, that results in Warren Fogle getting a promotion. And hey, mind you, I pick him up about 2 o'clock yesterday for fantasy points. And guess what? He goes out there and scores a goal and an assist and does a dandy job with RNH and Hyman, who, yeah, you know what? They're known power play merchants, but yeah, they had some good offense going. And it was kind of weird watching a second line not named with Leon Draisaitl on it go out there and roll the offense and the defensive team on the other side at 5-on-5, right? Look at how many 5-on-5 goals. Four. We had all one all year, and then we explode in game 3 for 4. We're averaging more than a 5-on-5 goal per game. Oh, Keller Mishok, the Edmonton Oilers in 2023. That's a new one. But right, it's a big part and parcel for the Oilers. Is a lot went right against Nashville, but again, we're 1-2. We're not 3-0, so we can't exactly sit here and celebrate it. Although I know if we were 3-0, there'd be people saying we're going to lose the next game because this or that or this or that. We got lucky, whatever the case might be. So for me tonight, you know what? End of the day, it's just take those positives away from that game against Nashville. Repeat that. Don't repeat the first two games. And at the end of the day, everything will be fine and dandy. Friends, thanks for tuning along tonight. That's where I'm going to cut the rant as much as I have gone on so far. And I just want to send a shout out to Supreme in the chat, as well as Danny, Magic, Simon, and Ace all tuning in here this evening on this live stream. I know multiple others have come on by. We've been bouncing between about 7 and 15 this whole time. And if you haven't had a chance yet to hit that like button on the stream, I'd appreciate that, friends. As you get on with your Wednesday night, I don't know if you're out for wings, kind of taking a second as you're rolling up to the restaurant to tune in, or bar, wherever you're at. But thank you for being aboard this evening. And we will catch you in a little bit, friends, as we will get live tomorrow night, so long as this sore throat of mine gets a little better, which I think it has. I mean, 5 hours of sleep yesterday is going to do that. Knock yourself out with Tylenol and Advil, all good to go. And we'll obviously hopefully get rolling with things against the Philadelphia Flyers, repeating that Nashville effort. Flash, welcome in. Thank you for tuning in. I'm up on. Over here.